Hello everybody. This is Mike from Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. And the work continues on our 69 Camaro SS, ladies and gentlemen. If you recall, in the previous video, I was doing a lot of test spots. I won't bore you with too many details, trying to keep this one shorter. But after some experimenting with different products, different pads, what I settled on was the Lake Country. I believe they call this a hybrid wool pad. It's a good cutting pad. On my Flex forced rotation buffer, I was tempted to use my rotary, but since this is a classic car, I really did not want to do that because I know nothing about this paint. But what I did discover, and the reason I ended up going to that pad, is this clear coat is pretty damn hard, and the other stuff really wasn't cutting it. So I went to that, and the Coke Chemi, let me hold this up a little bit for you guys. Heavy cut and polish. Heavy cut and, no wait a minute, that's not what I was using. That's what I was using. Here we go. This is what I was using, the Coke Chemi Heavy Cut H901. And see, they put a little scale down there so you can tell how much cut it has and how much finishing power it has. And we did all this panel here. I don't know, I'm gonna move this out of the way. And got a lot of use out of my compressed air. I was continuously blowing out the pad, blowing off the panel before I started buffing, just to keep the dust and particulates down to an absolute minimum. And you might want to go back and look at that previous video. We had a lot of scratching here. We had a few relatively deep scratches, but trying to catch the light here for you guys. There's a little bit of residue left from the polish. There's a few scratches, like there's one right there. There's a defect down in the paint right there that will not come out. You know, there's no such thing, I don't think, as perfect paint. So don't chase perfection. And we've still got, I don't know if you guys can catch those in there, some light scratches there. They barely show. You have to really get up nose to the paint almost to see them. Probably not going to chase those, but now that we've done the heavy cutting, as I call it, I will be following up probably with just a regular free spinning dual action buffer and a black polishing pad and some finishing polish, which will take some of the lighter ones out. Some of that may be from the heavy cutting compound, but I could tell by looking at some of those scratches, they're just down too far into the clear coat to chase after, because you want to preserve as much clear coat as absolutely possible. I have no idea how old this paint job is. So next I'm going to be polishing up here. Haven't done that yet. And you'll notice I've gone ahead and taped off that high ridge line. I think this one's pretty much okay because you just kind of come off of that one. So I'm not going to tape this ridge off. In fact, I've already polished here. But I did want to protect this because it's a really high ridge line. It taped off all the cracks, got all the windshield wipers and all that covered up there. And then after I compound this, then I'll be doing this and this. And then I'll go back and do the final polishing with the black finish pad. Oh boy, but I was going to try to show you guys some of the scratching I'm going to try to get rid of. I think you can see that pretty evident there. I don't know what that could have come from. Some right there, but I don't think, some of it's kind of deep. So, but we may be able to get rid of about 80% of that. something right there. There's some scratches here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Some more here, and a couple of really long ones. I'll see if I can get around to the light where we can pick those up in the camera. Oh man, you got to catch the light just right. You can see right there. I think you guys can see that scratching right there, and there's some kind of defect in the paint there. Can't do anything about that. Scratching along here, here, and just not sure what that's from. And if you look this side, if you can catch it in the light, you can see the swirl marks, the scratching. This side was pretty much about like the other side. Not real sure why. Now, for the most part, the middle of the hood does not seem to be as bad as these sides. And I suspect, don't know for sure, but I suspect that whoever was washing this vehicle, you know, this was more within an arm's reach, and they could put more down pressure on this panel when they were washing it than they could that one, because it's a much further reach, and you can't, it would be harder, I think, to push down as hard over there. And look, folks, when you're washing these cars, this is not a rubbing contest. Let the soaps and the chemicals and everything do the work. Don't be exerting too much pressure. And you keep cleaning your mitts, your wash rags, whatever it is you're using. Dirty water, dirty mitts and wash mitts and rags, whatever it is you're using, sponges. That's where a lot of this comes from. Because I doubt seriously if this one has ever been through an automatic car wash. I doubt it. I'd be willing to bet money on it. And these scratches don't look consistent with that at any rate. You have to figure out when you're looking at those, which way were the brushes going, this way or were they going this way. It's usually pretty easy to spot. So we'll get all this hood done, and then we'll move on to the roof. I don't want to bore y'all. I'm going to get back to it right now. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Rick, back to work here on your Camaro. You know what? Like they say, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you might be. I couldn't go live today. I don't know if my internet connection's messed up or what, but I just couldn't get on live. So I'm pre-recording these, and I'll post them later. Yeah, this is a refrigerator magnet. Some of you've heard this spiel before. It's a recreation of my business card. But if you want one of these, shoot me a PM with your name and address. I'll mail one to you. Absolutely free. That's it. All you get's the refrigerator magnet. You won't get any mail from me, no email, none of that stuff. I just send you a free magnet. That's all there is to it. So if you want one, let me know. If you have any questions, same thing. Ask in the comments section, or you don't want to do that in front of everybody, shoot me a PM. You got my phone number there. Shoot me a text. Ask the question. And if I don't know the answer, I will get to the answer and get it back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm already starting to rack up a bunch of pads, so I just went in the house and ordered some more. All right, folks, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Goodbye.